Guys, what is up? So, I have my full deadlift routine that I filmed today, and I will explain in elaborate detail why I do it the way I do it, my approach, etc., etc. So, with that, let's get on to it.
So, when it comes to the big three, I like to jump up a plate at a time on all three bench, squat, and deadlift. I'm not trying to waste time and, most importantly, energy. And you'll see, by the way, guys, I hear a lot of people talk about how they don't really warm up, they just go straight to a heavy weight. That's crazy. I mean, weight is subjective to the strength of the individual, but that's crazy. Warm up first. Jeez, don't kill yourselves. And you see that I'm super explosive on conventional pulls because I don't know why it just works better that way for me because when I exploded on conventional deadlifts, I just noticed that they felt better and I get less lower back too, so that's a super duper plus. Also, guys, on deadlifts in general, don't forget to make sure that the bar is close to your body as possible. I see way too many people letting it come way too far out.
For this workout, I decided to throw in conventional because I don't throw it in that often, but like I've mentioned in my sumo versus conventional video, I displayed that I can pull both sumo and conventional. A lot of people either or will be, EWE to them, whether it's, them thinking that sumo's cheating or whether they just can't get into that position physically because it's uncomfortable for them. There are a plethora of reasons why people, will pull either or. But I pull both because they both stimulate strength in their own ways, and I just think that I get a better pump from sumo. Not only that, but I feel like with sumo, I don't get that lower back pain that I do with conventional. So I throw conventional every once in a while in there just so that I can feel less crappy and I can give my back a little bit of a break and keeping my strength up. So it it's a huge plus to be able to pull both. I personally think that if you can pull both, then you'd be better off.
And here we have sumo. So by this point, this is after my conventional pulls. At this point, my grip is really wearing because I don't chalk up until after 400 because at some point, guys, you got to strengthen your grip somehow. So don't use straps or whatever it is you use, chalk, liquid grip, whatever. Don't use it until a certain amount of weight really challenges your grip. That way you can improve how much you pull just raw in general. Anyway, yes, so again, jumping up a plate at a time, and you'll notice here with my sumo pulls that they're much more collected. Like my rep speed is quite slow, and I don't know why it is, but it just works better pulling it slow on sumos with me. I tried to rip and grip, and honestly, I kind of felt like I was losing balance. It's hard to explain, but yeah, going slow and swift on these reps is the best way that I know how to do it. And by the way, I only ever pull triples. When we're trying to build up to a decent amount of weight, I mean, I treat every workout the same. I never actually max out. I only go up to about 95% of my one rep max. But I only do it when it feels good that way for me. So I only ever do triples, and this is because we're trying to save energy. We're trying to make it feel smooth. The first rep is just to get it, and the second rep is to make it feel good, and the third rep is just to elicit power, just to make sure psychologically we're ready to go. And here I have about 95% of my one rep max. You see that I attempted to pull an additional rep, but that didn't really work out because my callus tore. Otherwise, it's not really a problem. And here we have overhand, double overhand grip to work on forearm strength. That way, when you pull with a mixed grip, it's going to feel a lot easier. I like to pull this with a really light weight. This is 335. And this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching.
Just for the record, the other day when I brought my cousin with, he was very surprised, and he's doing well, just in case anyone's curious. But he's doing well. He just needs to get his eating habits into order. But that's a lot of people. Anyway, so when he came with, he was very surprised to see that he was getting in 3 and 4 sets by the time that I was able to just get in 1. And then I'm going on my second set of squats, and this applies for all 3 lifts again. And he saw that I went for my second set after he got in his 7th set. Rest time varies, just like strength. Strength is subjective to the individual. So if someone is hella strong, they're going to take a lot of time in between sets. My man Clarence Kennedy, he takes 15 minutes in between squat sets. But we're talking about a guy who's squatting 500 plus pounds for 5 sets of 5. And it's brutal. But the stronger you get, you're going to realize that taking more rest is actually more adequate. So I actually spend most of my workouts resting. But we're not just talking physically. We're talking up here. We're making sure that this sucker's ready to go. And a lot of people like to listen to their tunes. If I can help it, I'll be in peace and quiet. That's just me. So, yeah, I take about 5+ minutes in between my sets, and sometimes I think when I hit my 5:15 triple some time ago, I think I took like 10 minutes to rest and get ready, and I was drinking lots of water. I went through the other half of my bottle of Powerade, and that's just when things are starting to get serious. You need more rest, guys. And some people, will take less time, but like my brother found out the other day, he came with me to squat on last Thursday, which was a squat and arm day, and he was very, weirded out that he was going for these heavy sets on squats, and he was only taking like 30 seconds rest in between. I had to let him know. Like, that's why it almost fell on you. You're not giving yourself enough time to rest. So, yes, even though it was not filmed, I just like to get to the juicy parts of the lifts. Even though it was not filmed, I do take about 5+ minutes of rest in between sets. It's absolutely critical. You'll figure it out as you continue to progress. Regardless what your goal is, you'll figure it out. Rest is key, and it is great. And filming my deadlift workout, it really is that basic. I'm up to my max in 5 sets. Well, 95% of my 1 rep max. But I'm up to my max in 5 sets. Doesn't take much time. I get the work done, and that's that. The deeper you get into it, you find out what works for you, and you realize how to grow from it and hopefully help other people. So this was a lot of fun, guys. It's been a while since I've uploaded some training footage, but I figured you might appreciate this, and have a good night.